So here we are again, another Tuesday Stroke Buddy Stroke Survivor Support Group meeting. We have these every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, where we try and bring a little bit of recovery and science information to you. And today we're going to do something interesting. I've been intrigued by this ever since I heard about it. And that's we're going to do a little exercise in forest bathing, a rejuvenating virtual experience. And today we've got Jennifer Peither back. She did a great presentation for us recently on the caregiver stroke survivor partnership relationship. And she mentioned this, and I was intrigued by it. And so here we are. And Jennifer, by the way, she's actually, and I did not know there was such a thing, a certified nature and forest therapy guide. And she even has on her t-shirt today. So Jennifer, I'm going to turn it over to you, and I'll be interested to see how this works like everybody else.
Well, thank you so much for having me back, Ralph. I really appreciate it. I want to make sure that everyone can hear me before I get started. Just give me a thumbs up or something like that. And like Ralph mentioned, I've come back today because I am really excited about and enjoying this new role that I've got going on as a certified nature forest therapy guide. And I know that sounds kind of intriguing. And what is it? Well, it is. It is a way of sharing sensory experiences in the outdoors with individuals. And so it's usually a guided, and we call them invitations or experiences, where I guide us through a series um, of invitations. And we go through each one of our sensory experiences. And so, usually, the way that I do it is I am normally outside with my camera facing whatever environment I'm in. And then, because this is a remote experience, what I always do is I invite individuals, if they're able and capable, and if they feel safe doing so, to go outside in their own area, in their own backyard, in their patio, wherever they may want to experience their nature immersion. And we also factor in situations like today for me, it's actually drizzling rain outside. So I really don't want to get outside with my camera and my phone and actually chance messing up my phone. So today I'm doing the immersion from indoors. But what I'd love to invite each of you to do, if you can, is consider going outdoor in your own space. So if you haven't, and if you want to, let's go ahead and if you're capable, take your phone with you. If you're on laptop, obviously this may not be the best option for you, but in the future, if you want to try to do it with the phone, because I think we're going to call a do-over on this. But in the future, feel free to have your phone with you and to find your space. If you're indoors like myself, then I'm sitting in front of a window that actually has a tree right next to it. So if you're indoors, I'd encourage you to kind of shift your perspective to um, where you can see out of a window. And if you're not able to do that, don't worry about it. Just enjoy the experience itself. It's not absolutely necessary that you have a window. Maybe you have a plant next to you or somewhere in your house or something green or something that just brings pleasure to you some way or another. Just kind of focus on that. So the way that we do this is we'll go through two different immersions or two different experiences. And I'll let you know when each one of those begin. They're somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes each. And so, what I'd like for you to do now is just go ahead and get settled in your space, relax yourself, readjust your spine, yeah, kind of loosen up, get some head rolls going and some shoulder scrunches going and stuff like that, and allow yourself to start relaxing your body. And mainly, the thing that I'd like for you to consider, especially if you've got a window in front of you or if you've got a green plant in front of you, is the purpose of today is really meant to deepen our exposure and our connection with nature through sensory awareness. So, what you'll notice is that my pace of talking is really going to slow down just a bit. And the reason that I'm doing that is because I want you to slow yourself down as well. And I want to give you the time to fully immerse yourself in the experience that we have today. So this is interactive, and there may be a time at the end of each immersion or guided immersion that I'll ask if you want to participate, and you're more than welcome to do that. And if you like just being silent, that's completely okay too. So again, there will be times when I'm going to slow down. But to go ahead and get us started today, um, what is nature bathing or forest bathing? Well, it actually began in the 1980s in Japan, when from a technological economy, people were spending more times indoors. And what they found is that this led to increased cancer and autoimmune dysfunctions within their population. And what this did was spark research into the health effects of exposure to forest environments. It's fascinating. There's a lot of research out there. You can just Google it, but it's really fascinating research. What I like about it is that one of the things about being outdoors is that trees emit or release these compounds that are called phytoncides, phytoncides, phytoncides. And the phytoncides are used to protect the trees against harmful organisms. And when we're outside or when we're exposing ourselves in a nature environment, we're actually inhaling and absorbing these phytoncides into our bodies. So it's really similar to our bodies producing natural killer cells that fight against immune processes in our body. So we have the concept of forest bathing, and that's really called Shinrin-yoku, forest bathing. And many cultures see forest bathing as a preventative measure against serious conditions. And so while we're breathing in the phytoncides or these volatile organic compounds, um, they have an antimicrobial effect, and they're really healthy for the trees, but they're also healthy for us. And some of the compounds that you might hear them called is alpha pinene or limonene. Those are compounds, phytoncides. So, as certified guides for the Association of Nature and Forest Therapy, we embrace the practice of forest bathing, and we aim to foster a deeper connection between people in what we call the more than human world. And that's everything outside of us that's in nature. I really like that description, the more than human world. Um, so our methods are actually grounded in scientifically backed research. And in fact, I should have sent it to you, Ralph, but I completely forgot. I've actually got a published article that I did with some researchers around the nation about a systematic review of how forest bathing has been used globally in medical research. So I'll send that over to you, and maybe you can share it later.
Yeah, I can put it in the description underneath the video when I load it on
I hope
YouTube.
I did.
So
Okay, yeah.
anybody here can go get it, or they can tell me and I'll messenger it to them. And then, we got a lot of views. Like your last one's got over 100 views. So,
Okay.
there are a lot of people on YouTube. Hopefully they go there because I take the trouble to put all the links in the description,
Right,
all the different recordings that we did.
right. So we know that nature exposure increases our mental well-being, our emotional and our physical well-being as well. It relieves stress and how we improve our sensory experiences when we immerse ourselves in these environments. So the short take on this is fresh air, sunshine, and nature exposure. It does the body well, it does the mind well. So, like I mentioned earlier, we'll go through two different exercises this afternoon. And I know that I'm looking at everybody, and it appears right now that we're all indoors. But again, if you happen to be in a situation where you're on your phone and you're able to go outside, then I definitely encourage you to go ahead and move to the outdoors. And if you're indoors, then just stick with me. It's a drizzly day here in Tennessee, so just we'll go through this together. So let's go ahead and shift our perspectives again, get our bodies ready to go into the immersion. Settle in. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath. And if you were with me the last time, you know how this goes in through the nose, slowly holding at the top and breathing out through the mouth. Let's do it again. In through our nose, holding at the top and out through our mouth. And today we're going to start with what is called the pleasure of presence. So go ahead and, if you want to, close your eyes or lower your gaze. And what I'd like for you to do is to begin to notice what the sensation of breathing feels like to you. So go ahead and do that. Breathe again slowly. You can feel the air moving through your nose, going down through your throat. You can feel your chest expanding and rising. You may even feel your stomach expand. And notice the sensation of the air as it passes through. And this is where I'm going to start slowing down. So just take your time. No need to rush through this. We're all in it together. And as you breathe, take a minute to notice, what does it feel like being in your body? Notice some of the points of contacts of your body against a surface that you're sitting on, standing on. Shift your perspective down to your feet, or maybe shift your perspective to your back against your chair. Take a second and do that. Keep breathing slowly in through the nose and out through the mouth. Maybe you're beginning to notice your body. Possibly it's asking you to do something. That could be something like a little stretch or a change in your posture, moving your arm, your head, your legs, becoming more comfortable, and just settling in to whatever your body's asking for. We continue breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Slowly removing our attention to our skin, noticing the clothes resting on our body. And if you want to, take your hands and just feel your arms or feel your hands, or place your hands on your face, on your legs. Again, focusing on our skin. Who knows, maybe there's a breeze where you're at or a fan blowing, and you can feel the air moving against your skin. Breathing in through our nose and out through our mouth. Taking a second to place your palms together and slowly moving them against each other. The skin, our largest organ in our body. And continuing to breathe. Slowly in through our nose and out through our mouths. And if you're inside, this is fine. Why don't you reach for a touch of fabric? If we were outside, I would say, or if you have a plant next to you, touch a plant. Touch the chair that you're sitting on or the couch that you're on. Feel what it is, solid, smooth, dense, soft. If it's a plant, what does the plant feel like? And noticing everything through our sense of touch. We continue breathing in through the nose and again out through the mouth. We're slowing down. We're really beginning to slow down. Again, letting our body settle to a position of being comfortable. We have no other place to be right now than here. And now we're shifting our attention from touch to a sense of smell. So I'd like for you to take that slow inhale through your nose. Is there any sense of smell where you are? And I think we're all inside. So right now it may just be the indoor smell. And what is that like? Is it faint? Is it strong? Maybe it's different where you are. And as you breathe through your nose slowly and deeply, is there anything that you can catch a whiff of? Maybe there's an object near you. In fact, I just found a little bottle of essential oils that was sitting on my desk. Maybe there's just a random object where you are, and you can pick it up and just take a second, even if it's a book or a piece of paper or something, to stimulate the sense of smell. So I encourage you, just grab something and slowly and deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth, connecting with the sense of smell, which is also connected to our sense of taste. And I'm wondering right now, is there anything that you can taste? Maybe It's something from earlier this morning or earlier today, wherever you're located. Maybe you ate something or drank something earlier. And is there a sense of lingering of that taste left with you? If you have a cup of coffee or a drink or something beside you, I encourage you to go ahead and take a sip if it's there with you. And if it's not, then take a second just to remember what that was earlier today. Again, breathing, continuing to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Slowly, 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 letting our body adjust whichever direction it needs to go. And now let's begin to move our attention to our sense of hearing. And just take a notice of any sounds around you, even outside my own voice. I'm going to give us 10 seconds of silence just to connect with the noise around us. What does this place sound like where you're at? And what's the quality of different sounds? Continuing to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And how many different sounds are around you and what makes them unique? Maybe some sounds are near and other sounds may be further away or very close. Some sounds could be fast and some sounds could be slow. And what makes the sounds so unique? Possibly you can stop and think about the sounds that you add to this space. Your own breathing, shifting, moving, tapping your feet, even rubbing your hands together. You can hear that sound. Continuing to breathe. In through our nose, holding at the top, and out through our mouths. And now, let's slowly shift our focus from sound to our heart space. And what I'd like for you to do, if you feel comfortable, place one hand on your chest in your heart space. And if you can, relax your hands, relax your neck and your chest and your shoulders. Just hold that space. Notice the beating of your heart. And I invite you to ask yourself if there's an emotion your heart wants to share, or is it pulling you in a certain direction? Stick with it. Keep breathing in through our nose and out through our mouths. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and open your eyes and just notice coming back into your body anything that catches your attention, colors, textures, smells, tastes, and sounds, any of these sensations. Just look around your room where you're at. Look at the environment. How many colors are you noticing right now? Are you focusing on one color or many different colors? And if you're just focusing on one color, then how many different shades of that color are you noticing? And we're continuing to breathe. And take a second and notice where the light is coming from in your room or your space. Is it a strong light? Is it kind of overcast and shadowed like it is here today? And where are the shadows in your room or your location? Are you noticing the shadows where you're at? And look around and notice anything in any direction that you haven't already. Just take a second and enjoy the environment in the space that you're in. Look left and right and up and down. Again, taking a second to change your posture or your direction. This experience is for you. And let's take one more deep breath in through our nose, holding at the top as we can, and then slowly, slowly, slowly out through our mouth, feeling our blood pressure drop and our heart rate drop. And let nature call to you. Even if you are indoors, there may be a window next to you or a plant. And just be open to what that tree or that plant or that flower or that space is trying to share with you. Just slowly letting it absorb in and bringing ourselves back to our space right now and back to our bodies and back together. And usually this is where we have a popcorn session. And popcorn session is where you're invited to unmute yourself and just to share with us, what are you noticing? And if you want to, you can raise your hand, or if you want, I'll start and just to give us an idea of what it is for popcorn sharing. And what I'm noticing right now is I'm right by a window, so I have a tree that's facing the window. And what I'm noticing that I had never noticed before is that I feel like the tree is literally touching the window and reaching out to me right now. And that's a nice experience to see the green, to see the different shades of colors and the different movement of the tree limbs. And I'm noticing the flow of the breeze outside as it is misting and raining and moving the tree limbs and leaves. So that's part of popcorn sharing. It's very simple, short, and sweet. And if anyone else wants to jump in, feel free to do that.
I'll go so there's no silence. Maybe it'll encourage others. I'm sitting where I usually do in my sunroom, and what you can't see because it's facing the back wall against the house is there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 10 windows. Basically, the whole room's glass, so I'm able to look outside and see my garden. We were talking about the different shades of one color, probably 20 colors, shades of green. And we've got some Tibetan prayer flags. They're yellow, green, red, white, and blue hanging from the mantle there. My cat's doing some, Mercer's doing some serious mindfulness exercises over here, pushing the computer back on me. That's why you see my computer move every once in a while. And don't have much sound, just the sound of the air conditioning. No, I was hoping I'd maybe get a cat meow or something, but they're kind of quiet. So that's what's happening here.
Thank you,
Come on,
Ralph.
somebody else.
Well, I was looking outside my door and I saw this tree. It's like it's half burnt, but it's not really, just the brown is the sunshine striking on it. But the other side is green, but all shades of green. So it's like I never noticed that before, but today I really paid attention to it with all these exercises we're doing.
Thank you for sharing. That's wonderful. Anybody else?
Wow.
It's it's until you do it a couple of times, it's a new experience. So um I encourage you to just like Winifred just mentioned, the main thing about the nature the forest bathing is taking that time to slow ourselves down, because usually we're on a mission, we've got an agenda, we've got to get from point A to point B. And what the forest bathing does is it gives us permission to stop and smell the roses, or stop and feel the flower or the tree or the piece of fruit or anything to let us ground ourselves. So, the next exercise, if we have time, and I realize that we're all indoors, but Winifred mentioned that she's got a window. Ralph has a window. Billy, I don't
I have
know
a
if
window. Yep.
you
Well,
do have a window.
yeah, if I could speak, I think what Winnie saw was with the tree was like half dead, but then she saw the live part of it and she enjoyed that. She felt this is great. This is life.
Yeah,
The tree was half dead, but the live part of it brought her back to reality and said, wow, this is great. That's
yeah,
what I think she meant by that, I think.
yeah. It's that more than human world that we're experiencing,
Yeah.
right?
I
That
think
universal connection.
I think she realized that she looked out there and there's a tree out there. I never noticed that part of it was maybe brown or dead, but now I noticed the live part of it. So I really enjoyed that.
Very
That's
good.
what you saw with that. Yeah.
Kind of
Thank
the
you.
same way you should look at life in recovery, eh?
Yep.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so if anyone else, I just noticed more people are on than I noticed before, but um if anyone else was here for the experience and they want to jump in and share popcorn style, just feel free to go ahead.
I am experiencing the top of trees and the breeze that I always say, where's the breeze? But now that I'm sitting down and looking and feeling, I know where it is. The different shades and shapes of the trees, different types of trees, and the sound of the cars passing. So I know if it's a car or a truck. And so emergency vehicles. I'm in the city.
Beautiful. Yeah. Awesome. Does anyone else want to share?
I will.
Okay.
I'm sitting in my cake room and I have a very strong sense of a smell of chocolate in here. So with that, with me looking out at the dying tree, because it's winter here, with the wind blowing, I actually got cold. So that was nice.
Yeah.
I'm relaxed for a change. The whole day I haven't been relaxed.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Sophia, it's
And-
good to see you. Very good. Yeah, she's muted. You're muted, hon.
She never turned on.
Yeah.
Yep, she did turn on her audio.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't
Okay.
seen Sophia in a while.
Very, very nice. Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Well, if everybody enjoyed that, I think we've got, Ralph, do we still have time maybe to do
Sure.
like a little 10-minute?
Sure.
Okay.
We have no
This-
rules.
Okay. Good, good.
We have
Um,
we have no trains to catch.
Good, good, good. So the next exercise or next immersion, and we call these immersions because we're experiencing them physically through our senses, is called What's in Motion. So if you can, and if you're able, definitely have your view out the window. If you're able and you're on your smartphone, because I don't know when everybody joined, you're more than welcome to walk outside for this experience as well. And if you can't, don't worry about it. Just stay where you're at and enjoy the experience itself. So let's go ahead and shift our focus again, kind of getting out of our head and back into our body. And we're doing this by reconnecting ourselves to our breath, right? Our breath brings us back to our body. Wherever our mind is mentally, our breath brings us back to our physical body, slowly inhaling in deeply in through our nose, holding at the top, and out through the mouth. And this one's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a solo experience. I'm going to guide you here in the beginning, and I'll give you some time, a couple of minutes to experience some of this on your own without my guidance. But I think we all understand we're always full of multitasking, and sometimes slowing down can actually be hard for us. But that's what we're doing right now, giving ourselves permission right now to move at the pace of nature, to move at the pace of nature. So let's start by exploring what's in front of you that's moving. And if you want, go ahead and open your eyes, gaze out that window, reposition yourself where you can see really easily, and enjoy. Let's take the next 3 minutes on our own, which may seem like forever, but don't worry about it. When the 3 minutes are up, I'll ask you to come back to yourself physically by making the sound of a whippoorwill. And if none of you know what the whippoorwill is, it's a beautiful bird that I grew up with in Arkansas. And even though I don't sound perfectly like it, I will say whippoorwill, whippoorwill. And you'll know that the 3 minutes are up. And usually we'd be doing this outside, but again, today, some of us have rain and mist, and some of us are just inside, and that's the way it is. So take the next 3 minutes, starting now, to notice what's in motion. Connect with it mindfully. Don't forget, you can use all of your senses in this one. It doesn't just have to be your eyes. We've got the sound of motion, the touch of motion. You can use your other senses. And I'm going to go ahead and be quiet for 3 minutes now. Remember to breathe through this one. Slowly breathing in through our nose and out through our mouths. And take the minutes to enjoy what's in motion around you. And I did forget to mention, if you are inside and you're able to, and you want to, feel free to stroll about your house or whatever location you're in and just keep the volume up. So when you hear the whippoorwill, you know it's time to come back to the computer or the phone, wherever you're at. Again, remembering to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And whippoorwill, 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 whippoorwill. We're coming back to our bodies, still noticing what's in motion, taking in everything that's around us, the movement of space, the movement of the more than human world. And enjoying that. And so now that we're back together, and I think I see somebody went outside. That's awesome. As we're as we can. We'll do like we did the last time and do it popcorn style. And if you feel led to share with what's in motion, I think I'll go first just to give you an example. It can be short and sweet. I've got where I'm sitting, vehicles are passing by. And even though I'm noticing the movement of the vehicles, I'm also noticing the movement of sound of the vehicles as they pass by, and that tire tread against the pavement, and how it sounds faded in the background, but the sound of noise increases as it goes by me. So if anyone else wants to share, feel free to jump in popcorn style, just together. Anyone?
I
I
have
had
just
vision.
noticed, sorry,
Go ahead. Jennifer.
that I have birds nesting in my roof.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
So they came here and they jumped in because it's dusk now. So they came to bed.
Awesome. Thank you.
So
Thank you.
thank you.
I had this vision about sitting on the bench park, hearing birds whispering on all that stories they give to each other. And we were eating ice cream because it was such a hot day. It's like, it was so nice. The puppy was sitting right in front of me saying, "What about me? You're not feeding me?" Yeah.
I
Thank
think
you. Thank you.
it looks like Deb's outside. Looks nice out there.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
came out on the ramp out in a little porch area because I had the squirrels and the birds out here, but of course they ran off when I came out. I threw the corn cobs out to the squirrels so they'll come back, and I got a few bird feeders I need to fill up. But yeah, it's nice outside. Of course, my tree and my backyard. So it's really nice out here.
Thank you. Thank
Very
you.
nice. It's raining here.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's beautiful here.
Yeah, we've
Nice
seen.
breeze. Yeah. Nice breeze.
Awesome.
I'm
So
tied to my computer, so I can't easily go outside. Well, I could, but I've also got a speaker, and I wouldn't hear any. I wouldn't hear the whippoorwill.
No,
Um,
I just picked up my iPad and walked my walker and sat on down. I thought, okay,
yeah,
I'm going out.
yeah. So I have very little in motion around here. The only thing in steady motion is a ceiling fan. I saw one or two birds. I saw a dragonfly, and I saw one butterfly over in the garden.
Yeah.
Very little to no breeze. Occasionally, you get just a little bit of leaves moving. More in the garden for some reason. Maybe it's down low, and where the plants are smaller.
I think this brought back to you experience life. You experience that things are out there living other than just you.
Yeah.
I think this would be really cool to do like live on a nature walk.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah.
well, I
Which is,
tell
I
you what,
suppose that's that's the
that was, yeah, that was the idea. And if you've got time in September, Ralph, I'm more than happy to do another one. Usually what I do is I take my phone and I flip the camera view, and it's meant to be experienced uniquely wherever you're at, just like Deborah's doing, and I forget who else was capable of going
Kevin.
outside. It really is, if you can take your iPad or your phone and go outside, that's what the intention is. But if you're not, you can still see from the experience today that we can still do this from our windows or whatever, however we can, as we can. So I hope that you all enjoyed it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. It's nice seeing all of your faces again. And Ralph, I'm gonna have to go ahead and jump off now.
Okay.
But I hope you all have a wonderful week, and thank you again.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, just keep me posted if we want to. Okay, good. Bye, everyone.
Definitely.
Have a good
Thank
week.
you.
Bye.
You're welcome. You're
Bye.
welcome. Bye.
Do all you can with what you have, in the time you have, in the place you are. Do all you can. Do all you can.